Hey guys, Legion here. Today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know on how to play and build Saitama in One Punch Man World. So let's get into it. So Saitama is the unit I have the most playtime with. He was my first ever SSR, and I can for sure say he's the best character, well, not the best, but one of the best characters in the whole game. And his combat is really quick and fluid, like compared to some other characters, they can be really jank. But Saitama feels amazing to use. You have a lot of recovery time between his attacks, so this makes a big difference because you can get a lot of perfect dodges, and if you play well with Saitama, you will literally take no damage the whole fight. And on top of that, his dodge gauge recovers insanely fast, especially in his hot-blooded form. It's insane how fast it recovers. You can basically just spam the dodge button forever in that form. So he's a very technical, I would say he isn't too technical because he doesn't have like insane stuff to his kit. It's pretty basic, but you just have to know, if you know the enemy patterns, then you're gonna shred with Saitama. You'll be a god with him. But yeah guys, there are only a few things to keep track of for this unit. I'm gonna start off by saying his skill number 1 and 2 both have different versions. So if you dodge and then press them at the same time, well, you see when I dodge, the symbol changes on the skills. These are called special skills. And I would say for me personally, or in general actually, that the special attacks are way better than using the normal ones. So I would always suggest spamming the special attacks. You just need to get used to the timing, which isn't too hard. You just dodge and press the skill right after. And now I'm going to go over what the enhance skill number 1 and 2 does. So his first skill upgraded makes him do an aerial combo for lots of damage. Pretty nice animation. And for his second skill, it's basically just a long jump slam, but the range on this is actually crazy. Like, you can use this to instantly cover any distance. If a boss runs away or uses a move from afar to try to snipe you, you can just press that jump and you'll go right on top of him. Very useful. And now for the main part of his kit. You want to attack and use your skills until you fill up that yellow gauge. And once that yellow gauge is full, you unlock the third skill, which is the hot-blooded state. Now, you always want to use the skills on Saitama as fast as possible, because you do want to fill up that gauge the most. And here is a little trick that I noticed, is when you do a dodge attack. So basically, when you dodge and basic attack right away, you're going to do a little combo on the enemy. And I noticed that when you do that move, the yellow gauge does fill up a little faster than just normally spamming the normal attack. So in fights, you basically want to spam the dodge attacks as fast as possible. Maybe not spam them too fast, because you still want to keep one dodge for if the enemy attacks you or something. But if your dodge is always full, always try to use at least one of those. Saitama has 3 dodges, so you should be pretty safe most of the time. But yeah, that's just one thing that I noticed when using Saitama for a lot of times. So just keep that in mind, guys. And now I'm going to talk about his hot-blooded state. It's kind of crazy. Everything gets enhanced. His basic attacks and his special attacks all change. But for one last thing, after activating the hot-blooded state, if you press his third skill, it becomes a massive punch, right? You do not want to use this right away. You want to keep track of that yellow gauge while it's depleting. And while you're fighting, if it runs out, you won't be able to do that punch anymore. So what I do is I wait until the last moment of that yellow gauge to use that big punch, because I want as much uptime as possible on his hot-blooded state. Because in that state, you do more damage, everything is enhanced. So just a way to do more damage overall. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. I don't think I have anything else to cover for Saitama. Overall, a pretty fun unit, feels amazing to use, one of the best feeling units for me personally. And if you guys want to check out a reference for how good Saitama is, you can check my latest video. I did a boss run against one of the strongest bosses in the game. I soloed that thing with Saitama purely because his dodge mechanic is so broken. You can just evade everything if you know the boss patterns. So that's another good thing about this game is if you're actually good using the character, you'll go very far. So yeah, you guys can check that out. That took me a long time to actually clear. Like, I spent last night 1 to 2 hours trying to beat that damn boss, and I finally did it. So you guys can check my run. And now, before I start glazing myself too hard, I'm gonna go talk about the build for Saitama. So now, how to build Saitama? Well, there's nothing too complicated. You want to get his unique mechanism ability. It makes that you can get into his hot-blooded form faster, and that your stamina recovery is faster. Overall, it doesn't make a huge difference for long fights. And after that, you just want to chase attack stats. That's basically it for how to build him. Nothing too crazy. And now for his impression arms. Obviously, the SSR is the best in slot. Easily the best in slot. Even the passive on it is pretty good. While a skill's on cooldown, you get 3% damage bonus on normal attacks. And that means per skill, right? So up to 6%. You use your skill 1, skill 2, and now you have 6% damage bonus for the rest of the time. Nearly 100% uptime with Saitama. And that arm skill, 100% increase in stats for morale units. That's actually insane. Usually, these type of skills are like 60%. This one is 100%. So very, very crazy. And then just to add a bonus, a little 40% increase. That's kind of insane. But yeah, if any of you still have the SSR arm selector, that would definitely be my recommended choice to pick. Because looking at the other SSRs, it's like kind of meh. But with this one, a support damage bonus multiplier is pretty insane. But yeah, guys, that's all I have to say on Saitama for today. Make sure to subscribe. I've been getting a lot of support recently, so thank you guys for that. And I only started to upload like 2 weeks ago. I'm still trying to figure things out, but I for sure won't be stopping anytime soon, so expect a lot more content in the coming weeks. Feel free to let me know which character I should be covering next, and I'll see you guys in the next one.